My husband pushed pregnant me down the stairs just to please his white moonlight. I was 3 months pregnant when he shoved me down hard. The moment I felt the baby in my belly was gone. When I woke up in the hospital, what I saw made me completely hopeless. My husband showed zero care for me who just miscarried. Instead, he was super caring toward the sleeping, scheming woman. Even when he saw me wake up, he worried about disturbing that woman. Only then did I finally understand. My husband had completely changed his heart. We could never go back. I've been married to my husband for 6 years. Right when I was 3 months pregnant, I discovered my husband fell for our young, beautiful nanny. He craved the young scent on the nanny, shamelessly showing affection right in front of me. Watching this scene, I couldn't help remembering how my father strongly opposed our marriage back then. But the man knelt in the rain outside our house for 3 days and nights just to get father's approval. Father finally agreed to our marriage, to get me safety charms for protection. The man even kowtowed step by step, willing to break his forehead. Yet this man who was willing to give everything for me still couldn't resist temptation and went off track. Looking at those safety charms, I silently said to myself, when all the safety charms are burned, that's when I leave you. I just composed myself and walked into the room, only to find my husband secretly gave my mother's keepsake to scheming woman. I wanted to go take it off, but my husband blocked me. Even said it was just a broken necklace worth nothing, but this was incredibly precious to me. Scheming woman saw how much I cared about this necklace. She directly yanked it off, making all the pearls scatter on the floor, then pitifully told the man she didn't mean it. Even said she'd resign to show her apology. The man angrily dragged me, who was picking up pearls, to the stairway, then pushed me down right in front of scheming woman. Seeing my unborn child was in danger, I desperately begged my husband to save our child. But my husband coldly said, "We'll have more children." What I never expected was, the first thing after I woke up in the hospital, my husband demanded I drag my just miscarried body home to bake cookies for scheming woman. If I refused, he'd throw all my mother's keepsakes into the ocean to get back the only thing my mother left in this world. I had to drag my broken body home to make them cookies. But my body couldn't hold up anymore. I suddenly collapsed on the ground. Yet my husband acted like he couldn't see, still being lovey-dovey with scheming woman. But that wasn't the end. The next day, I discovered my husband called workers to renovate the house, just because my husband wanted scheming woman's whole family to move in. So all the decoration followed scheming woman's preferred style. He even converted the nursery we prepared for our baby into a pet room for scheming woman's dog. At this moment, I took a deep breath, as if whatever my husband did, I no longer cared. However, when I asked my husband for my mother's keepsakes, I was told they'd already been thrown in the community dumpster. I ran out like crazy to the dumpster and searched carefully. Thankfully, heaven helps those who help themselves. I finally found all the pearls. This also meant I could finally leave this place. So the next day, I burned all the safety charms, cleanly prepared to leave. But then my husband chased after me in his car, saying my grandma was critically ill and wanted to see me one last time, so I rushed to the hospital. Grandma immediately understood the man must have wronged me. So with her last breath, she told me Dr. Gu at the hospital was her old friend's grandson. Told me to find him. He would definitely lend a helping hand. Then she passed away. But before I could grieve, the man burst in, wanting me to go home and paint a family portrait for scheming woman's family. Even said the person's dead. What's there to be sad about? Then despite my struggle, he forcibly carried me back home to give scheming woman enough face. The man even lied to her family, claiming he was widowed. I was just his friend. My suspicion was right, as expected. That night, my husband handed me a glass of milk. I sensed there was definitely something wrong with the milk. So I immediately found an excuse, saying I needed the bathroom. Then secretly called Dr. Gu, Grandma's friend's grandson. Told him the whole story from beginning to end. Hearing him tell me not to worry, I finally walked out of the bathroom, then took my husband's milk and drank it all at once. Soon I felt dizzy and then passed out.